This is the endangered Avatar Grove. It is the most easily accessible, monumental stand of old-growth red cedars and Douglas firs on southern Vancouver Island.
You walk in there, it's humbling. Like trees are the oldest life forms on Earth. I mean, they've gone through from ice age to dinosaur to, they're going to be here a lot longer than we are.
The Avatar is threatened, as only 25% of the grove is currently protected. The rest is open to logging, and its survival is a race against time.
It's sad in a way, because you're amongst these giants, and you think that you go back however long, and the fact that this entire coastline was covered in them, probably as little as 150 years ago. It's sad.
Today, according to recent satellite images of Vancouver Island, 73% of the original productive old-growth forests have been logged, including 90% of the valley bottoms, home to the richest biodiversity and biggest trees. The Avatar Grove is unique because it is still standing, despite its clear-cut surroundings in the areas of Port Renfrew and the Gordon River Valley.
The push is on to deplete our forests, and if you take the drive, for instance, along the road to Lake Cowichan, all you see now is clear-cut. And I mean, that used to be a fabulous forest, and people come up here to see that.
There's an important role in forestry, mineral, oil, fossil fuels, whatever it might be, renewable or non-renewable resources in our country. I mean, that's what Canadians are known for, almost, our rugged landscape. But at the same time, if 90% of the ancient forest has been logged, well, let's just keep this 10%.
The newly founded Ancient Forest Alliance is heading the campaign to protect the Avatar Grove and the remaining old-growth forests of BC. As co-founder TJ Watt describes,
the Ancient Forest Alliance is a non-profit grassroots environmental organization working to protect BC's endangered ancient forests and also forestry jobs. We're calling on the BC government to create a new provincial old-growth strategy that will inventory old growth and protect it in areas where it's scarce.
It's not just a fight about saving the biggest trees, it's a fight about saving the ecosystem.
Old growth holds biological importance in storing massive amounts of atmospheric carbon, supporting unique biodiversity and endangered species, and providing clean water for wildlife and people. It is also central to the industry of tourism and the economy of Port Renfrew.
This town used to be all fishing and logging and even back into the 1800s mining, and all that's pretty much done.
We're having issues with our fishing quotas, our halibut quotas, so we're really relying on the forest.
Port Renfrew's future is tourism. Economically, it could be the Cathedral Grove for Port Renfrew, as Cathedral Grove is to Port Alberni, as Stanley Park is to Vancouver. I mean, it could be the greatest sustainable tourist attraction there is. As we're losing fishing and other things, this is an absolute must for Port Renfrew.
Large trees fueled our economy for years and years and years, but now we need to look at them in a different light.
Not trying to be altruistic, but it's a forest. It's great. It's lovely. It is. But it's also it comes into my income and my livelihood.
We support our community and our businesses thrive because people come up to see the old growth forest.
We never had an old growth forest that was accessible that people could get to, and now we do, and that's fantastic. It's the only thing this community was missing to be a jumping point to something bigger.
The Avatar Grove has put Port Renfrew in the spotlight in recent months through dozens of media articles, including international coverage by Al Jazeera. The coverage has sparked public interest in the Ancient Forest Alliance, and as of March 6th, signatures on the Ancient Forest petition exceeded 9,000.
It's only been about 1 year on the map, but it's already proven to be one of the most visited areas of old growth unprotected on Vancouver Island.
I think it's a special movement that's happening out here with things like Avatar Grove and things like these music festivals that are happening, and it's just neat to watch that change, and especially neat for us to be a part of it.
The coverage showcases the support of the Port Renfrew Chamber of Commerce, the Sauk Region Tourism Association, and elected political representatives at 3 levels, including federal Liberal MP Keith Martin, provincial NDP MLA John Horgan, and regional director Mike Hicks.
It's in my area, and I'm very supportive of protecting Avatar Grove.
Ancient Forest Alliance started the ball rolling on Avatar Grove, and and we've backed them as a chamber and as a community all the way, and we are also helping to put pressure on our government to protect these areas. So.
I used to be a logger, and all I know is there's enough non-old growth forest to log. We can leave the old growth alone. They're far more valuable standing than they are cut down.
A recent study conducted by the Independent Forest Practices Board on the logging of the Avatar Grove encourages the BC Ministry of Forests to investigate further protecting the grove based upon its social and ecological value. According to his recent interview with the Vancouver Sun, Forest Minister Pat Bell reported considering a review of existing regulations to develop new tools for protecting ancient trees following a rise in public support.
Pat Bell, Minister of Forest and Mining, has been good enough to have a serious look at this issue, and that's huge.
The possibility of change is encouraging to citizens and the Ancient Forest Alliance, but the fight is not over yet.
The government is feeling the pressure. We need to keep it on, and this could be the first victory of monumental old growth in forever.
With the new premier in BC at this time, they have a great opportunity to move forward with a more progressive policy around old growth forest by protecting the areas where they're scarce and end the decades-old war in the woods.
We're happy they're opening the door towards some move forward, and we'll give credit for that, and then we keep on pushing for a much bigger plan.
The fight to save the Avatar Grove is growing, and it's a movement of the people.